Hey, this is Dan,
Bob,
and Dr. Agra
from GigaBoots.com. Today we're doing a quick play of The Third Birthday. Not to be confused with Parasite Eve, because this just clearly isn't.
I mean, they highlighted the 3, so I'm kind of getting maybe this is number 3 of Parasite Eve.
No, this is the... What would we even make
That's completely ridiculous, Bob.
That is.
I've had enough of your disingenuous
Now
assertions.
it's the third birthday. I'll go ahead and
red
start
on
on
red,
normal.
not such a great plan, but okay.
The first thing you got to know about The Third Birthday is it's hard as balls. This game's a fucking hard game, so... Okay, in any case, we got some intro.
So this game isn't about 3-year-olds?
No. It's not
Is it
even
about birthdays?
It's not even about people's third birthdays. And it's not about birthdays either.
Multiple of 3, maybe? Birthdays?
Nope. It's about Christmas.
Okay.
This is actually a heartwarming story.
I get it, Eve.
See, a gingerbread comes to life, and they have to accept him into their culture while trying to resist his delicious, delicious flesh. That's what Third Birthday's about.
Alright, so we're in New York, like Parasite Eve.
No, what? We're just in New York.
Okay.
I don't see any black cops, so this isn't this isn't Parasite Eve. I don't.
Maybe this is Crisis 2.
Well, it looks pretty enough to be Crisis 2 right about now.
Yeah, this CG is pretty pimp.
Yeah, Square Enix, if they do one thing right, it's CG.
So
And Japan, if they do anything right,
tentacle raped.
Tentacle monsters.
They got that market covered. I don't think anyone else is even competing there.
So yeah, New York gets pwned by a giant tentacle that rips out of the ground.
Just one?
Alright.
No, we got multiple.
There are multiple. I can sort of summarize what's going on, if
Tentacle
you wish.
rape. I don't know how much clearer you can explain that.
It's just the nature of the thing and blah, blah, blah.
I'm guessing this is the world tree.
Yeah, this is the Tree of Might.
I was actually going for some sort of Legend of Mana reference. Jeez.
That's what they called that thing in that? The World Tree?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's in
That's
Final
fucking
Fantasy 9.
gay.
I don't know. One of the two.
There was a world tree in Final Fantasy IX.
Then it was 9.
Well, god damn it, Bob, you can't say you make a Legend of Mana reference when you make a mainstream RPG game.
You're really shitty at making Legend of Mana references,
Fuck
Bob.
you. Fuck you. You didn't even probably play Legend of Mana. I'm just
Shit,
so...
I know I didn't. I could probably do better than
skipping
making
this.
actual Final Fantasy
You
IX
don't
references.
deserve this cutscene. So in any case, I'm playing as Ayabre from the Parasite Eve series. But
this
is
isn't
not
Parasite
This
Eve.
isn't
Oh,
Parasite
so this
Eve.
is like one of those things where she's pretty much the actor. The actress.
Yes, it's like a D. You know how the chick from D showed up in
Yes.
2 other games.
That's good ass waggle for the PSP.
Yeah, this game has gorgeous graphics for the
We've
PSP.
just been
It
told we're
really
in the
does.
past. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I probably should have let it play out. I'm sorry for skipping that CG. Oh well, I'm sure we'll get some more in this quick play. In any case, she goes into something called the Overdrive Machine and goes back into time to the consciousness of people in the past in order to change events in time and hopefully make the future a better place.
Hang on a second. She goes in a weird machine that lets her take over the body of someone in the past right before a traumatic incident.
She has this ability, but the time aspect of it seems to hinge on the technology of the machine.
Oh, I'm really making more of a reference to...
Yes.
Isn't there a movie coming out
Yeah, there
like
is a movie
this?
coming out like this.
The Source Code?
Yeah.
That's out from what I hear.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Obviously, this was out a good bit before that.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal in this?
Luckily, no.
Jake Gyllenhaal. What? Luckily,
Okay.
everyone loves Jake Gyllenhaal, like in Donnie Darko.
That's the only movie I've seen with him. So.
I'd like to note, I have to wait for them to shut up.
Can roll. That's
Yes, more action rolling.
You can also do some of this. The number one complaint people have about this game is that the main character is not like Ayabre from the past titles, and one of the major aspects of how not Ayabre she is the voice actress. If you listen to the way she sounds when she moves, I'll just... Like, she sounds very whiny and terrified most of the game.
Huh.
There we go. Okay, so that's the thing I'm fighting. That's the
So, wait,
bipedal humanoid.
These things are showing up before the disaster in New York?
That's the hilarious thing.
I think that they just got the idea.
Here's the setting, real quick. Let me go ahead and get this across before I go into detail. The cutscene you started to see before you upset me greatly with your shitty reference was Legend of Mana. Oh wait, no, it's a completely different game by Square Enix. No, it was 2012. This game, if you're considering the time she's jumping from the times line for this game, this time takes place in 2014, 2 years afterward.
Huh.
So she goes back, this is actually, she went back 2 or 3 years at this jump. And this is before that tree. So you're right, but for completely different reasons than you thought. Because the whole game does take place 2 years after that incident.
Right, but
it just so happens these things
she was going back in time to help prevent that, and yet these things are already...
You know what's more terrifying than the Twisted here? Which they're called the Twisted, by the way. The fact that New York City streets would ever be this empty.
Well, the cops are sectioning it off, yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know.
Okay, so the main mechanic with this game is the overdrive thing, as I was talking about before. But even though you use it to go back in time, you can also use it to jump from soldier to soldier.
No, Dan, I thought the main mechanic was that your clothes tore up when you got shot.
Shut up, you Japanese bastard.
So I like how you just Agent Smithed that guy.
Yeah, you're traveling in between their consciousness.
So she's not really here at all.
She's not. And yet, for some reason, she still has a physical representation and can do various other things that are very contextual to her body. Yeah, I can just see Smith here sort of waggling his ass down the street.
Maybe she actually transmogrifies their bodies into her own. And no one else notices because they're too scared to say anything.
Yeah, that's totally.
That's like not noticing. Okay,
now that I got a partner, you can see that bar filling up.
Oh, and you command him to shoot?
Yep. Crossfire. Nice. So
he's getting caught up in it.
Now I'm gonna do that one more time. The idea is to pile as much damage on as quickly as possible to give the enemy a stun. And once that happens, a triangle pops up. And I can... One moment. It died. I didn't want to show it off immediately because that would just be a lot to take in at once. Come on. Come on out here, buddy. Come on, buddy. In any case, so yeah. Then we blow the hell out of this dude. I leap into his body and explode him outward using the overdrive technique. There are a lot of benefits to this. It will raise that lower bar, which is currently full, which will allow me to pull off techniques that require that. And also, there's a system later in the game where you can add stats to yourself that base off of you doing that. Like, you have a chance of healing when you do that. You have a chance of blah when you do that.
Cool.
Now, I'm seeing that you get experience points when you just kill the enemies. What level up? Or do you level up?
The battle points, as they're called in this, are used mostly for buying things, such as new weapons and upgrading old weapons.
Alright.
Luckily, you can use the D-pad to navigate once you hit that, because the analog stick I don't think would be suited for that.
That would be bad.
And as you can see, a lot of people will shoot if a lot of people are in the area, as long as you set up a crossfire.
Yeah, that's a really interesting mechanic.
It
is. It forces you to take cover a lot and sort of think things out rather than going gung-ho.
Interesting.
Because the difficulty curve here is fucking insane for most people. In fact, a lot of people bitch that the game's... hard, that is cheap, when really, yeah, there are a couple cheap deaths you can get, but for the most part, if you think things through, you won't just get completely sodomized.
One second, the guns you have, is that based on who you take over?
Yes, thank you. I was meaning to get to that earlier. The bottom slot is.
Okay.
The other three aren't.
So that one guy happened to have a Magnum. So
yeah, I carry the Magnum between everyone. I should be. Okay.
No, you got the pistol.
Yeah. So I need to find that person with the Magnum again, because that's insane. You'll notice it also pops up with that, like what their unique weapon is.
That's
and the Magnum's nuts, so...
So being a PSP shooter, I'm guessing it's gratuitous auto aim.
Yes, this is, you hold L to lock onto the enemy, and as you can see, it keeps it steady. But there's a little crosshair in the middle of my larger crosshair, and you'll notice that bobs around when I move, and that's one of the stats you can actually raise to be more steady on a gun.
Alright.
One of the many ways you can customize a gun.
Cool. I'm liking this combat system.
It is really interesting, and it's pretty damn deep. And I also really enjoy the difficulty curve. Like,
these graphics are pretty impressive on the PSP.
They really are.
I mean, this looks like PS2.
Yeah, like really good PS2.
Yeah.
Not like crap PS2.
And yeah, it is because I hear a lot of bitching that this game is really hard, and this game is really hard, and yeah, every now and then we need really hard games that are like legitimately hard.
Okay, now check this out. I'm gonna use that liberation game. Okay. Ready? And now I use my energy shot.
Whoa, two guns.
2 guns that shoot energy and pwn the shit out of stuff. The
Whoa,
energy
did you have
shot.
some sort of weird dodge there?
Yeah, she goes crazy in that mode. She goes like bang bang or bang shishigami crazy there.
Because I get to see Ayabre. Ukemi!
Is that the frame?
Yep. Totally. But yeah, for those who don't play BlazBlue, by bang shishigami, I mean she dashes constantly as all of her movements. In more confined spaces, this can get annoying, like it did with bang. But if you use it properly, it can do really well. The energy shot is really just something in there.
You
yeah,
ended
that was
up in
weird.
a completely different guy when you did that.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to stay. I don't know.
I think he just tried to overdrive into the thing and it died, so you just went.
Yeah, that does happen.
Behind
I
it.
would like to note that is one of the more annoying things of that mechanic. When you have the same thing transport you between people and hurt the enemy, that sort of stuff happens.
That's like using the ladder, you know.
Yeah.
Only giving up halfway through.
So I would like to note these fast load times are brought to you by buying the game digitally.
Does
buy
it
it on
install as well as is?
It can install, but it's not going to give you any benefit.
Okay.
It's all already on the memory stick. It's going to load as fast as it can. Period.
Gotcha. Because I actually I
do-
doubled up on that with the Dissidia. I guess it really wasn't necessary.
No, that's borderline paranoid. I could actually show you me dying and how I can escape death and how you can hear the guy gratuitously screaming in his horribly excruciating and horrifying death. But
That sounds like fun.
I don't want to die on purpose, so I'm sure eventually in this quick play I'm gonna die. That's how this game is.
Do it.
Now I'm supposed to use it?
When everything's dead, I want you to use it. It'll be
Use it.
funny.
Kill all the
Okay,
soldiers.
I guess I'll kill this guy.
Can you do that?
No.
Ah, darn.
I don't think. No. Okay, so here's the deal. Liberation is the name of the strongest spell. Yeah, I guess you could call it the strongest spell you use in Parasite Eve 1.
Okay.
Energy Shot, the thing that her guns do once you use Liberation in this game, is one of the lower level spells that you got in Parasite Eve 1, somewhere around the 7th spell. And it would expend all of your energy and just do one shot.
Okay.
So the fact that they're throwing these names around on even the moves and the magic and the stuff is hilarious, because this game does not say mitochondria or anything like that at any point I've seen.
Whoa.
And from what I've read.
It doesn't say mitochondria?
Yeah, no.
That was like 70% of the dialogue.
No, in the official... I know, right? In the official PR for this game, they have said, this isn't Parasite Eve, this isn't Parasite Eve, this involves Aya Bray, the main character from Parasite Eve, and a new adventure, blah, blah, blah. Let me... Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
it is. And you can also flip
Zero
in
shit.
midair and...
Now, I'm noticing she's not transforming like she did in Parasite Eve.
Yeah.
So no zero suit?
Not yet, mind you.
Okay, so that might happen.
That might happen. I have not beaten the game yet. I've been working on the Parasite Eve retrospective. It should be up sometime soon on GigaBoots.com.
One day.
Someday in the distant future.
Maybe before, maybe after the website design.
That's gonna be after.
Okay.
I hate to tell you.
Alright.
Recapping and doing the history on an entire game.
Okay,
is
so you got a
really
DNA chip. What?
I'll explain that in a moment.
Okay.
It's really going to be best explained once I get back to base.
Okay.
Also, the overdrive mechanic gets you more DNA chips. So keep that in mind for later.
This is...
This is a really deep third-person shooter.
Yeah. It's definitely really interesting.
Yeah. See, the interesting thing is Hexadrive is the company that made this for Square Enix. Hexadrive is founded by one of the high-up employees, a director or something, that made Lost Planet 1.
There are a lot of noises going on.
Yeah, it did that for that part. Like, implied action goes on, and then the part that they use in the trailers and whatnot happens. But yeah, Hexadrive, guy directed Lost Planet 1 and said, okay, that's my commercial success. I'm going to go make my own company called Hexadrive. See y'all bitches later. Square Enix is like, hey, we want
Yet
a good
another guy
birthday
from
game.
Capcom.
Huh?
Yet another guy leaves Capcom.
Yeah, I really think that's its own editorial. It needs to get made.
That's enough. Mike, begin descent.
Roger that. This data we got is awesome.
Now die.
Yeah, that's the little morbid thing there. She let that man die. Bam. Still
I
not
can't
an
believe
A,
those
but
those
you know.
things are so like giant monsters already attacking that city.
Okay,
Lots
so
of them.
Damage to gear?
So check this out.
Soldier
It just
deaths?
gave me a D in averaging my rank because I played on normal.
I'm seeing that. Normal. You obviously aren't even trying to play the game.
That's what it's telling me. If you look on the main menu when you first select new game, it starts on hard by default.
Weird.
Yeah, they think this game can be played on hard by the average populace and enjoyed, but that's far from true, I believe.
Maybe that's just that whole thing of, oh, it's a third-person shooter. Surely the West will like it. Or
Yeah,
be good
the
at it.
Americans will love this. They'll be great at it. One moment.
What is... I don't even...
All right.
Now, that song is the #1 thing to keep you connected to how this game works plot-wise. Like, it's funny how many people I don't think have gotten exactly what has happened in this game on the first playthrough. But yeah, this game's divided into days, or missions, I believe. I'll check the official terminology in a second, wherein you go back in time, right?
Okay.
Each and every one of them is the same day up until episode 4.
Huh.
Weird.
It just keeps
Nice.
replaying, and her consciousness is obviously developing over the course of the game.
Wow.
It's so fucking hilarious because of the things that change. And I'll show you how that actually works out for the game in a moment.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
Time travel stuff always gets crazy and weird. That's why Chrono Trigger was awesome.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger was baller because of that.
And the FBI branch, they're gone as well.
Are you sure?
You're no longer under observation. We're moving you out of the cell into a room. This way.
That's not necessary.
I'm just looking out. You need to rely on me.
Come on, this could work out
That's
for
not
the both
creepy
of
at
us.
all.
You need to rely on me more, woman. No, make me tequila. What? Like tequila, not a shot?
I don't know if you realize this, but you don't need a past in order to have a future.
Okay, in any case, I
Corny
actually
writing
has
aside.
amnesia, so that's how they cover up not acknowledging wanting to as much as they should be.
Huh.
But at the same time, it also kind of it plays into the story of this game.
Okay.
Is it mitochondrial amnesia?
Nah, yes.
Oh.
Let's just say that, right? Is that person named Blank?
Blank, yes.
Okay.
Are you hearing him? Okay, I could have sworn there was spoken dialogue. Okay, so here's how this game works with the time-traveling timeline.
Okay.
Each episode has its own full timeline. So you start with day 1. And, you know, normally I would think with this sort of thing that it's a pile of things, you know? I don't want to go through here and read all the... Honestly, that's the first thing I did. I got in this room, I read everything.
Uh-huh.
Now, when you go to day 2, and
Same time, same events here.
yeah, some of the same events, everything that's changed in this timeline relative to day 1 is red. So in order to understand the new universe that Aya's in, which was caused by her actions,
Okay.
you have to read the red ones. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I think, slight spoilers, this is only about 5 hours into the game, a little bit into the game, episode 3. So the second real mission or something. someone who wasn't dead before is now, or someone who was dead before is now alive. It's someone else is dead.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, he died it wasn't like one-to-one, like sort of, oh, you went back in time to save this person. No, you just caused slightly different events that prevented the event that this one person died in from happening. And then the other person just died like a couple days ago in an excursion, you know.
Right.
So
almost completely removed, but enough for what
yeah.
you did to have mattered.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really cool for a timeline sort of thing.
Kinda
you also
like-
get information on, and this too is pretty neat. You get profiles on all the CTI members, which is the name of the group that you're a part of.
So
Central Twisted
Are the red
Investigation.
ones dead?
No, they change. Because, of course, their backstory is going to be different if the universe is different. So, as it develops, people will show up on the list that weren't there before. Things will change about various important characters. And
Now, you
blah,
just
blah,
started
blah.
a new game. Why is there
It's
episodes?
accessing stuff from my other save file, oddly enough. Because you would want to go... Yeah, the game wants you to play through it more than once.
Right.
And that's... Yeah,
I figured that when I read that you need to beat the game 30 times or something.
Actually, I think it was higher than that. I think it's 40.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I forget right now.
You
So
need
in
that
any
shower
case-
scene unlocked. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely, that's what I need. So notice that thing in the upper right, that 3x3 grid.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's my DNA. I can go into this.
That's really simplistic DNA.
It is.
There we go.
Go in there and just sort of mess around with it. So
Now, is this nuclear DNA or mitochondrial DNA?
this is nuclear.
Okay.
So we got that set up. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right.
So is this like
Here.
materia?
It is nothing like material.
Darn it.
Yeah, so you'll see I'm sticking a vertical piece that's one green on top and an orange on the bottom there. And it's going to level up that, Actually, it doesn't level it up, sorry. That's a different type of green. I actually don't have my glasses right now, so I can't see that too well. But what I can see is
You got
that.
2 antibodies.
Yep,
All right.
and you'll see they connect, which actually makes them stronger slightly.
Okay.
Which is an interesting system. So you want to keep the same types next to each other, and more importantly, when you place new ones down, you can level up old ones. Like, let's see if this does it. Nope, that mutates. It's a really weird system, and honestly, I wish they went for something more traditional, but you can definitely say it's at least unique. It's just like the first...
This actually reminds me of a lot of what they do with the Final Fantasy games. Like, each one has some new bizarre system, like 8.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a good idea at any level.
No.
But at least it was unique.
Yeah, at least it was unique. And honestly, for a third-person shooter like this, it's not terribly necessary for it to be, how do you say? It's interesting. It's good that it's interesting. Like, at least they're trying something. So yeah, I stacked them like that. And yeah, it'll tell you the end result levels of all your stuff.
What's cross healing for?
Cross healing is crossfire participants may have life recovered.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about, chance-based actions and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, cool.
May recover your life slightly during an overdrive.
All right.
Yeah. And etc. So, the mutation thing is a bad gene, and that'll just stick in there forever.
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 You can't
Unless you format it. So you'll have to get rid of everything on the board.
Oh, that's kind of messed up to have format under your DNA.
Yeah, format your DNA. Flop.
Yeah, you're now special. So yeah, that system's a bit obtuse, but
Yeah.
at least it's interesting. Let's go ahead and get some equipment. I can buy that. What
I
else
like
can
the
buy?
special one over there. It looks like some sort of super gun.
Yeah, they're super guns. I haven't gotten that far.
Obviously.
I'm really late in the game, but not quite that late. So yeah, I'll just buy a handgun because they have infinite ammo. Actually, that's the
That's a Magnum.
that's the Magnum. The Magnum does not. Your standard handgun does.
So
See?
do you have a headband? Is that what helps?
Yes, that is
That-
what does that.
Was the headband in your DNA?
It was until I formatted it, and now I'm the inferior twin.
I see you got all the recessive genes.
Yep,
But
it's
you
true.
still got the headband.
Yeah,
That's
so you
pretty
have the
cool.
best headband.
Yeah.
So you also use your battle points here to upgrade. You get a lot of categories with some of the guns.
Okay, you're upgrading the gun itself right now.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So you go in there, you hit customize.
You can buy different grips. in different stocks.
Yeah,
and
it
all
stabilizes it. It's really customizable. You wouldn't know about that with the reviews that are coming out about this game because most of them don't say fucking dick about the gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, I know this game trailer said it with the worst story ever written by Square Enix, which that'd be impressive. That would be very
Honestly,
impressive.
Day 6 has to be the most depressing and disappointing turn in a game's plot ever to do that, which it may be. I haven't gotten to Day 6 or Mission 6 or whatever, so, who knows? But yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and upgrade that. Yeah, and you'll notice that capacity increase also affects my magazine, the number on the left up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can upgrade in two fashions. That other one upgrades a lot more bullets. But I want higher capacity in my magazines as well as bullets, so, that's what I do. Let me just upgrade a couple more things and we'll show you guys an overdrive.
Overdrive.
An overdrive.
Is that anything like overdrifting?
No, it is not like overdrifting.
How about understeering?
Nope, not even.
All right.
Okay, so.
Are there dinosaurs in this game?
Sorry, two questions of what? What'd you say, Aggro?
Maximum overdrive?
No. And your stupid question, Bob?
Any dinosaurs in here?
I
Don't
hate
go back in time that fast?
I hate everyone ever.
Come on, you could go fast in time and find the caveman and dinosaurs and all that.
No.
Come on.
No.
Do some
Really
massive changing.
Ibrahim goes back in time, starts capping caveman, and is fucking up the future.
One of the earliest incidences in this universe, probably all of them as well, is the club sacrifice incident, where people are clubbing at a pretty awesome fucking concert, and some Twisted just rip apart everything. So it was pretty cool to read those documents and then be like, okay, so my first mission's that. And, you read, it's all these people died. And
you go try to fix it, and all of them still die.
Da, na, 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 na. No, I think that's Breast to the Future. And then, they have really good CGI, so.
Yeah.
It's just fucking cool. If it was a normal cutscene, that'd be not as cool.
You got a concert going on.
Do you guys want to rock and be anime? Do you guys want to rock? Yeah, so I'm sorry this quick play isn't going to do a good job of introducing the people back at home base. For some reason, they weren't as talkative as normal. And it's probably something to do with the save file system. It's probably assuming I'm playing through for the second time.
Okay, did someone there actually say it started, or was
no,
that the guy on your headset?
That was blank on the headset.
Okay. I was
so
worried
you just think it's gonna... No, it...
Yeah, it just spit the guts everywhere. Wow. They are going for full-on M here.
Yeah. Parasite Eve as a series was like Super M, so I guess with third birthday, they're like, well, Super M.
We're cool with that.
Let's see if we can't shove a duper in there.
What happened to his... Wow. Okay.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I think you just read her mind.
It's a tentacle monster. You have to use a bladed weapon.
Yeah, good point. Your vagina gives you type disadvantage. I love the tentacle bitch slap. Yeah, her clothes are already torn.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Nice.
So the Babel, as they keep referring to it as, is that spire you guys
okay,
saw.
like the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Except,
we're not
with
making
more
it.
tentacle rate.
And more
Way
tentacle
more
rate.
tentacle rate. So this is kind of morbid. Like, something this game does really well is make you regret overdiving out of death. Like, or at very least feel terrible about it.
Who's next?
Yeah, that's...
It's like,
pretty screwed up.
So I need to get the hell out of there. Where am I going? That guy looks cool.
That guy's in the back.
That guy's far away from here.
She isn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Had Aya not jumped into that person's consciousness, they could have run away.
I could have run away, but she didn't.
But she didn't.
Yeah, the time altering, the body jumping. This is a horrible network of moral dilemmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? They're actually taking the blood.
Oh my
Real
god.
tentacle. That's
Super tentacle monster.
That's. She's not safe.
Fucking pants.
What?
Yes,
My
she
pants
Prince of
were-
Persia that shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure why they give you that command, to be honest.
This is one of those games that would look really cool in 3D, like on the 3DS.
Yeah, I can't think of too many games that would just be like, nope, not cool.
I don't know. I mean, most side-scrolling 2D games that wouldn't be too amazing.
Well, yeah, but that's not a whole lot of the market nowadays.
I think I want to play
Yeah.
this game now just to find out what the fuck those enemies are.
Yeah, it's
This
I
honestly
find-
feels more like something that would come out of Shin Megami Team than
Yeah, it
than
does.
Square.
the tone and everything is way more Shin Megami.
I haven't had a real good reason to pick my PSP up in a long time.
And now I can get raped for doing it again.
Better protect your asshole, son.
So if you play this game on easy, do you get Fs when you complete a mission?
I don't even
Like every time you finish a mission, it deletes your save file. Seriously? Don't bring that trash in here.
man up, bitch.
Backups on their way. Stay strong.
I'm going in.
No, you aren't. You're sitting back here.
And making us fire at him. That's like the opposite of what you just said.
More grenades.
Oh yeah, we do have grenades. I tend to not use them except for in specific instances.
How they?
It's not going to work too well here.
All right.
So I'll show you
God,
later.
that thing is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I
it's like
really
some sort of
enjoy the
hand
enemy
tentacle
design of
gun.
Yeah, like I'm terrified of what appendage that is.
They do use the overdive technique rather well in boss fights as a mechanism for making them
yeah.
interesting. Just completely changing perspective. And
Yeah, I could see like go here to activate this, control this, time this properly.
now that slight you heard was her realizing she was out of ammo, and for some reason she makes that sound. It was one of the least telling sound cues I've heard in a video game recently.
Yeah, I mean, a click would be a lot better, or yelling "I'm out of ammo," or any of the things.
Or
they typically
damn,
do.
or shit monkey. Anything other than
So, did that soldier die?
not yet.
Okay,
He's
he's
really
about
damn
to.
close. I gotta stop jumping into him.
Like I really don't think M16s are the right gun for the job here. I need like insomniac weaponry to fight this thing.
Oh fuck
What-
yes.
what is this?
This is a grenade launcher.
Oh yeah.
Slight problem with the aiming here is that the grenade launcher aims slow, and when you press L, it's gonna aim towards the camera's perspective. Okay, come on. Bring it, you son of a bitch.
So that's a.
Hitting him in the mouth with that's gonna be pretty hard.
Yeah, but it is nice to back up enough to
Watch your friends die.
Yeah, to watch your friends die. The good thing is it does show the health bar of everyone on the right if you look.
Okay, that's
That's
all
what's
that
up
is
with that.
there. And is that one red flashing? Okay, no, he's not dead. When they flash red, they're not dead. They're just in danger or shooting.
Let me check. Yeah, he's at really goddamn low health.
Gotcha.
Cool thing is make it shoot projectiles at one, jump to another opponent. Here we go.
Oh, okay. Overdrive.
Time to be anime.
Yes, you animate all over him.
Yes, it's true. Wait, that doesn't sound
No,
right.
that doesn't sound good. Okay?
No, that doesn't sound
I'm
good
just
at
gonna
all.
throw that out there.
So,
Did any soldiers die?
I think one of them probably did.
Was that him dying?
No,
or-
that was somebody fucking elated. He didn't die.
With the National Guard, bitch!
Don't you ever forget.
Follow me, we're charging in! Shouldn't
Huh.
we think about this? Fuck no!
So there's a grenade.
Okay,
And
grenade.
the good thing about grenades is if things survive through it, they are generally just stunned, so you can overdive right afterward.
Alright, nice.
And you can
They
be
also blow you up,
That's
Yeah,
good.
grenades tend to do that.
which is so cool.
All right, you got.
Everybody's like, fuck chest high walls.
As the babble grows.
Either the twisted or the
Now, when you beat the game, the good thing is it gives you every video in a playable format, so you don't have to keep going to different segments of the game to get these videos.
Right.
Because from what I understand, when you get to the end of this game, you're gonna go lol what? So you're gonna want to review some footage.
Yeah.
This chapter, especially, this being the first actual mission, from what I understand, it has a lot of CGI, which isn't the case later on. It doesn't have quite as much. So you'll notice, I think I have 1 or 2 rooms to go, and then I'm gonna see another CGI. Then 1 or 2 rooms to go, and then I'm gonna see another CGI.
Wow, they got a whole lot in this.
Yeah, they fucking went all out. I mean, the CGI isn't the best to come out of them, but it's certainly damn good.
Yeah.
Hey there, buddy. What do you think you're doing?
I like the
Nothing.
identical boxes.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
They
so
have to get the speakers in here and then cut them.
And then the fact they're so brightly lit too. Now you'll notice I gained a level, which gained my health back.
Nice.
Which
What else do levels give you?
Huh?
What else do levels give you?
To be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure.
Alright, because I'm seeing you get EXP and BP.
Yeah, it
So-
does. EXP does level you up. And leveling up presumably gives you more health, but I can't really tell. It doesn't really give me a metric of that.
Oh, your clothes are getting pretty tattered.
Yeah. Aggro didn't have this introduced, and neither did the audience. At least not up front. We did make a reference.
Yeah.
When you get damaged, your clothes rip off, and they were very, very proud of this feature for some reason. It's like all over the place. You have to pay BP to get non-tattered clothing.
And why the fuck would you do that?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure that the
so-
clothing legitimately affects your defense. Like, different outfits will affect your defense. But tattered clothing versus completely intact clothing doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah, that's weird. I figured it'd just be something that just fixed itself after each mission.
How much defense would, say, a maid costume?
I'm pretty sure that's in this. This
Nice.
game's that perverted.
That you might have to pay for that one. I think I saw something like that downloadable.
On the Japanese store or the
Yeah,
US?
the Japanese store.
Yeah, that sounds like Japan.
Not even sure how her clothes are tearing. I don't think they're actually there.
Yeah, none of this is real, so the fact your clothes are tearing is just more of like, what?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. I'm very curious as to who made the decision to do that.
Tetsuya was like, yeah,
I'm making
that.
a rated M game again? Hell yes! Dude, I love making video games. Oh wait, tits. That's what I meant to say. I love tits.
Same thing, right?
Right, bro? I'm just gonna try to get to the next CG.
So it'll be weird when I use the Ivory outfit in Dissidia, and Lightning's clothes don't tear. I'll just be like, what's going on?
Yeah. Do you remember how you get the lightning outfit for this?
Either it's gonna be downloadable or it's something freaking insane, like
thought
being
it
the
was-
game 20 times.
I thought there was some sort of code that came with Duodecim in disc form.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because I remember there was a problem with that, and I was going to email them, I think. I don't know. Either that or that's this game. I haven't looked into it too much.
Because this game did come with the download for the other one.
Yes, it did. If you got in disc format, you buy it digitally, you get really good load times and no outfit. So
They really need to work on that, you know?
yes, they do. That's kind of dumb.
I mean, it's not hard to put a little downloadable thing that comes with it when you download it. I
I
could
mean,
have
you're
sworn
already
someone in
there.
the game did.
You're already downloaded.
Yeah, I could have sworn that a game did that even. Like, oh, when you buy, oh right, with the city Prologus, it gave you the game and Eris or whatever.
Sort of
Yeah,
interesting.
and both of these games are on the PSP, so it could have just done that.
Yeah,
Hell, you know what? It's on the fucking memory stick, so at very least you could have had it check. Did you buy this game digitally? Is it right there? Oh, it's right there. Okay, here's your shit. Now, not a whole lot of the game is in very hallway-like areas,
I was
but
gonna say this is like become a corridor shooter all of a sudden.
I would note it is rather claustrophobic.
All right.
Yeah, it is constricted spaces generally. Okay, this should be CGville.
Behind these broken boxes.
I guess not.
This is where you can restock.
These come up periodically per level.
forget to pick up the weapons and ammo you need.
So is there some sort of creepy shopkeeper here?
No, just a bunch of dudes who hang out. They don't have voice actors, but they sit here and make conversation. See?
Huh.
All right.
That thing's stronger than anything I've seen, and
The
my wife is 500 pounds.
National Guard, you can.
So you get a crap ton of DNA eventually. I mean, I just have 3 more just from playing the first part there. What else? Here's protective gear.
Oh, you have
I
white.
can pay money to repair it, or I can just switch to white. And
Oh,
then
okay,
I'll have to
jacket.
pay money to repair that down the road.
Okay, that has defense A. That has
Yeah.
defense A.
Yeah, so different outfits will change your defense rating, but tattered clothing versus...
I don't
not-
get why they would do that. That's just weird. Why would you bother paying for something if it doesn't do anything for you?
So you don't look like such a perv. That's...
I mean, there's that aspect, but obviously they're catering to people who want that.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a weird thing on the pause menu you'll notice. Cheat codes. Cheat codes. I haven't unlocked any.
What is this, M64?
You put that in... Yeah, you just unlock cheat
Oh,
codes.
so you unlock them. They're not actually codes.
Yeah, no, they're not actually codes.
Ah.
It should have just been cheats.
Yeah, that would work too.
And then it should have had, like, the cheat.
Oh, you have feats? Is this
Except, that would
D&D?
be horrible copyright infringement.
I don't think the Brothers Chaps would care. The Brothers Chap.
Or they're like, hey, you know what we should be? Rich as fuck. Let's sue Square Enix.
You mean again? High five. In any case, you were saying something about...
Feats? Is this like D&D? It's up to.
Oh, yeah. So you get extra
okay.
stuff if you make sure to do all the things.
They aren't skills. They're like just things
Yeah.
you can do in the level and
Yep.
you get bonuses.
As you can see, Rendezvous with Team Unharmed was unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Team Unharmed met a horrible end.
Team Unharmed didn't make it. So yeah, you can see the life in the upper right. So yeah, that does go up with your levels.
All right.
Yeah. In fact, just to confirm
weird
that,
that
I'm
that's-
going to go ahead and save this file. I don't know why, but just in case. There we go. And I'm going to boot up a later file and just look at that real quick. Make it a file that isn't stuck in a cutscene or ready to play a cutscene. Oops. Guess what I did?
You went to the cutscene. That's probably filled with spoilers.
Yeah, a little bit. If you don't want to get spoiled, turn off this video.
Oh, we have a time gap. 2 months. Yeah, that's
Skip.
probably a good idea.
Right, so...
Oh, and now this outfit you got torn up in here.
Oh, yeah, I got torn up, dog.
Wow, I didn't expect the jacket to be torn that like intricately.
Okay. So, what's my health at now? Yeah, that's...
3,120. That's a bit
Yeah,
higher.
so it does go up as you level. So there you go. I'll go ahead and leave it on this retro remix of the Parasite Eve 1 song, which I would like to note there are many Parasite Eve 1 songs in this, or at least there are the few remarkable ones. And yeah. So that's the third birthday. It's hard as balls, kind of confusing, and hopefully the ending doesn't blow ass, but I don't know. Thanks for watching this quick play. For more quick plays and other bukkake, go to GigaBoots.com.
You're saying that we're going to put Bukkake on our website?
I thought you said that was in the new website design, Bob.
No!
No, I said that.
Oh,
Agro is not designing the website.
you're not designing the website?
No, but I am adding the bukkake.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
For video reviews, quick plays, top 8s, and more, go to GigaBoots.com.